So I'm so excited to show you all my new addition. He is hiding in his cage down here somewhere. So this is Woody, and he's my new baby gerbil that I got 2 days ago. And if you've watched some of my other videos, you'll probably remember me saying that I wanted to get Harry a new friend, and I've been looking for quite a while. I just happened to pop into one of my newest pets at homes, and they have male baby gerbils. So I explained what I wanted to do with him, obviously doing the split cage method, and they sold him to me. So he's just settling in at the moment. He has been taking food out of my hand, but I've not really tried to hold him properly because I like to leave them at least 3 days just to settle into their home. Now I know the sawdust level is really low at the moment, but I am going to top it up because obviously I wasn't expecting him. I had to use my spare sawdust because I was staying at my mum and dad's, so I had to obviously just like throw some sawdust in quickly to try and get him out of the Pets at Home box as soon as possible. So he is already in the gerbilarium in the split cage, well 2 cage setup. They've been getting on really well. I think he's going to give you a demo now. I think Harry is too preoccupied with sniffing, with chewing. So they're touching noses, which is really sweet. But Woody is a bit unsure, so he has been doing a bit of foot tapping, which, as you know, if you have gerbils, all gerbils do this, so it's perfectly normal behaviour when they're in a situation that they're unsure of, or if there's like a loud noise and they get scared. So it just shows that they're a bit afraid and a bit unsure. They do this to give out a signal to any other gerbils nearby that may, obviously they do it in the wild when they're in gerbil colonies, and when they do this all the others will go and look out and see what the danger is. So it's just sort of an instinct that gerbils have. All my gerbils have done it, and it's not necessarily a bad sign when introducing 2 new gerbils to each other. It's not a sign of aggression or anything, it's just that he's a bit unsure. He looks a little bit scared. But he could obviously just choose to walk away, and he's not, he's staying there, and he's still, he's been interacting with Harry quite a bit. Another thing I'll say is that you can see Harry is chewing on his bars here. Now a lot of people, he seems to have gone to sleep. Harry, Harry. A lot of people assume that this obviously means that your pet is bored. I know hamsters do it as well. I don't really think he is bored because he's got quite a lot of things to do in his cage. He's got his wheel, which he absolutely loves. He'll spend like he will spend literally hours on his wheel. And he's got that little climbing ladder, and he can dig. He's got quite a lot of sawdust to dig in, and he's got things to chew in there as well. So from watching my gerbils, I think that they do it just because they enjoy. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's that the bars sometimes a bit cold on their teeth. That sounds silly, but I think they genuinely like just enjoy doing it. My other ones, as you can see, Harry is like gone into a little trance. My old gerbils used to do this, and they used to like fall asleep almost doing it, so I really don't know why they do it. It could, yes, be a reason that they are bored, but I honestly don't think that he is bored. I know some also do it when they want to come out, which I do think they do, but Harry's been out already. Whoops. It keeps going fuzzy, I'm sorry. But anyway, yeah, it's just the thing, like all my gerbils have always done it and they've always had a lot to do in their cages. I'm a bit worried about Woody because he's gone really still, but I think he's just getting used to his surroundings, and he's just like, he doesn't really know what to think from that little encounter. Now when I'm here, I'll push the cages right up towards each other so they can touch noses through the bars, but obviously when I'm not here, when I'm out, I will, there we go, he's okay. When I'm out, I'll obviously move them back a little bit so that there's room enough that if they do pick their noses out, they're just far away enough not to touch, just in case, as I don't want anything to happen. But I've been watching them while I'm here and they've been fine. So there's been a lot of sniffing going on, and they've also, Harry normally, just when he's by himself anyway, will climb up the front of these bars here and just like chew a bar or something. So he was doing that, like, oh, he's demonstrating now. So he was doing that, and then Woody was like stood obviously in his own cage, like in front of him, and he copied him, and then they were sort of like touching tummies. It was really sweet. So that's a really good sign. There has been no sign of aggression at all, which is brilliant. I've only actually tried the split cage. I tried it this way one time before, and that was with Harry and Aurora, who was my older gerbil, who's now passed away, and that just went brilliantly. So I've got a good feeling about this one. What I wanted to get a male that was 10 months or 10 weeks or under, and they told me at the pet store that he's about 9 or 10 weeks, and this is because, if you can just see him, he's doing a bit of scent marking there, but that's okay. That was because I didn't want him to bully Harry, and I think if he were to be any older that they wouldn't get on. Harry is quite submissive anyway, like with him and Aurora was always the boss. So, but I think with a littler one, the little one's not going to be a threat to him. It's sort of like the other way around, but I'm hoping that he's gonna sort of nurture him instead of bully him. So if you can just see what he did then, he sort of looked towards him, did a bit of stomping, and then has like turned his back to him. I'm not really sure what that means, but hopefully he'll come around when he realises that Harry isn't much of a threat. Harry hasn't actually shown any signs of aggression, which I was a bit worried he'd sort of start to do. He's got, well, I was worried that because he's been on his own for so long, he'd get really grumpy in like his older age, but that hasn't seemed to have happened, so that's really good. So I do think he will accept him as a friend, but hopefully time will tell. So this setup is going to be like this for up to 2 weeks, so I'll be doing updates on how it's going, and I'll also explain in more detail on another video like the things that you need for split cage or for the 2 cage method. I've always done it this way because I think your gerbil gets more room and they get completely their own environment, and if they're, you know, not necessarily getting on really well, you can just move them back a little bit so they can still smell each other and see each other, but they can't necessarily touch. And if you've just got one single mesh between one tank for your split cage, then they can, you know, they can mostly touch each other's noses and things, and that's not always a good thing if they don't get on straight away. So I always prefer this method. So yeah, I'll be doing updates on that for you. Also, if you've got any questions on how to do split cage, You can leave them in a comment for me. What else was I going to say? Oh yeah, also I think Harry's also getting used to, it's only been a day and a half I think since they've been in the setup, so I think Harry's just getting used to sort of having another gerbil there, you know, not necessarily in his cage, but he can still like see another gerbil and smell another one. So I think he seems quite happy though, and he's been sniffing at him, so it's really sweet. Woody's tail, when he was up on the top earlier today, his tail actually went through into Harry's side of the cage and Harry started to clean it, so that was really sweet. And I was a bit upset I couldn't get that on video because it was really cute. Okay, so that's the end of this video. I hope you liked it, and let's see if I can just get Woody to come out so you can all see him properly. He's actually been really good already. I think the younger you get them, like this, the nicer they are already. Not the nicer, but the more tame they are. Come here. And this cage is actually backwards because I've put the levels on like a mirror image to Harry's. See if he'll come out in this bit. Hello. Oh, see, he's not gonna let me hold him yet. But I don't really want to like try and scoop him up just yet. Because I don't really think he's fully settled in yet, so he's going to freak out. Okay, so that's the two boys. I've just fed them and given them all their treats. I don't normally film in this room. This is my living room, and they live next to my sofa on the floor, and next to the fish tank. I've never showed you the fish tank before, but these are the fish that I have, and I've just fed them a bit ago. So I've also got some little I've got some angelfish there, and I've got some aquatic frogs as well, which are all hiding, so I can't even show you them. But if I film Harry again, I'll show you them on a video because they're really cute. Okay, enjoy the rest of your day and thank you for watching. Bye.